Ripple XRP, so Swift are declaring this as a matter of urgency, and it is in relation to settlements, and it basically costs the industry billions each year. So they want to be solving this problem, and we're going to take a deep dive into this. We will also be having a look at the price action for both XRP and XLM coin today. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So markets are looking nice and green today, which is pretty good. We have over here coming from Swift that as the cost of securities settlements fail rise, the industry is increasingly turning to the unique transaction identifier UTI to enhance end-to-end transparency across the settlement chain. So why is this important, right? Well, in and of itself, if we have settlements failing, it's not good because of course we're basically going to increase the amount of time that it takes for the settlement to actually complete. But not only that, we have in relation to the DTCC that T+1 that will be coming out, I believe, this year in May for the USA, Canada, and also Mexico. So these three countries will be entering into the T+1 settlement. And that's obviously going to have a massive effect, especially internationally, when it comes to other countries that are not yet within that T+1 system. And so currently we are at T+2. But this is an urgency and they've declared it. So let's have a look at what they have said. And they basically compare it to the fact that you can actually track each and every part of your journey. Now, with these settlements, you're not actually able to track the journey of this. So it says over here that this lacks transparency and increases the risk of trade failing, and as problems may go undetected until it's too late. And that is the cause of this, right? You're not able to rectify it because of the fact that it will be too late. And also the big problem over here is that it costs the industry billions each year. Of course, with these settlements not actually being able to complete it, they'll have to do it again, and it takes a lot of time. In addition to that, there's going to be late payments, which isn't really good for customer relationships. So this is something that is definitely affecting the markets. And we have over here with the higher transaction volumes and with also operational issues that can be an issue. So not only the actual settlement itself, but what's going on behind the scenes and also any other sort of like tech issues that we may be having. And you can see over here, it also highlights the inventory management or matching discrepancies caused by an inaccurate or incomplete standing settlement instructions. And so this is exactly where they say that eliminating trade fails is a matter of urgency. Now I'm assuming that they won't be able to get a 100% elimination rate, of course. However, they definitely want to increase it and make that roughly probably around about 95%. So of course we're going to see more number of fails happening and expected to increase as more countries roll out T+1 settlement cycles. And other countries are trying to prepare for this rollout to happen. But of course, when it does happen, I definitely think that in the first couple of months, we might see a few problems with that integration. So again, we have the US, Canada, and Mexico adopting T+1 in May, and there will be a lot less time to resolve trade and settlement exceptions. And we have over here for other markets, including the EU and the UK, are consulting on T+1, and India, which phased in T+1 in January 2023, is already talking about potentially introducing T+0 from October 2024. So already talk about progress, and they're good to T+0. Now T+0 essentially means that you will be seeing the settlement within the same day. So you don't even have that extra day like you do with T+1, because the T+1 settlement actually gets completed one day from the day of the transaction. And so you can see how it's definitely going to affect the different countries, of course, with the time zone. And we have essentially reduced that down to the same day. And so in the US, under T+1, you will have 1 day to allocate, confirm, and affirm a trade, and then send it to the DTCC before the 9 p.m. cutoff time. So you can see just how fast this all is. And if you're an asset manager who does the bulk of your executions at market close, then you will have 5 hours to get those steps done, and that will not be possible for firms who are reliant on manual processes. And this is why they're trying to shift towards a more automated process. So automation is essential, and that is how the UTI comes in. So the UTI is essentially an alphanumeric reference, and the reason as to why this is important and how it is going to help is because both the buyer and seller have the same reference, and this is then passed down the custody chain. So they have the same reference to essentially match it together, and in addition to this, it's passed down that chain, which means that it is trackable, and that is what we need. And so the UTI is not a new concept, it is already used in general. And we have over here that by extending it to settlement transactions, that it will enable to track and monitor trades, which is exactly what we're looking for. And the UTI can also help reduce these fails. And we have over here from the project manager of Swift saying that by having greater visibility into the transaction chain, you can identify and resolve bottlenecks or settlement lifecycle issues more quickly, and this reduces costs and operational risks arising from potential settlement fails. And not only that, but they will also be able to reduce these fails within the future as well, as they are able to see down the line in the transaction chain. And we also have over here that industry-wide adoption is key. So it's not only useful for these financial institutions to have it, we've got to have quite a lot of them all on the same page. So the key to the UTI success is using it, and we should all look to adopt it. And they're putting the UTI at the heart of the transformation strategy over the next few years to make sure it is used in every market that they operate in, as they make the transition to the shorter settlement cycles. And so this is how they're going to be resolving this. Again, they have said it's a matter of urgency. And not only that, but you are only as strong as the slowest link in your transaction chain, which is why all firms should be looking at the significant benefits that the UTI can bring to them. I mean, that sentence really does hit different. You're not as strong as your strongest link, you're strong as your slowest link, which goes to show that there's always room for improvement, and that you should be making your transaction chain the best as possible. So this is what Swift are trying to resolve, especially as we go to that T+1 just in May for this year. We have over here from ISO 20022 the Limex Group CEO. So Limex is a broker for forex, metals and commodities, and he talks about the transfer of the ownership and how that will change.
So immediate transfer of ownership of an asset. It's as simple as that. That doesn't happen today. The world is built on credit. So I can trade with you now and immediately transfer that ownership, and it will be confirmed on a blockchain within 12 seconds. That's hugely powerful. Why is that so powerful? It opens up the world markets to a much wider community. If you can envision the future where everyone who has an Amazon account, perhaps everyone who has a Meta account or a WhatsApp account or whatever, can access those markets and trade in small size. So the fractionalization is hugely powerful. We still have a lot of gated communities in financial markets, and we're going to break those down. It also makes all of us and all of the institutions hugely more capital efficient, right? You can deploy your capital second to second, minute to minute, rather than day to day. I mean, it's unfathomable today that you still, I've had it just this week personally, you transfer money somewhere and you wait 3 to 5 days because they use backs rather than chaps or something for that to clear. So hugely powerful, and mostly, just to summarize that again, because of the democratization of the markets and the efficiency of capital and the immediate transfer.
And you can see over here that blockchain technology is definitely more efficient and faster than when it comes to the traditional use of technology, like your bank transfers. Again, like he mentioned, 3 to 5 business days is just not cutting it in today's time. So the price action of XRP coin today, we are currently trading at 0.5163. We are up by 2.7% on the 1-day chart. For the volume, we are down by 2.31%, and we're trading just under $900 million. So in the earlier hours in the morning for today, we were trading 0.5126. On the 7-day chart, we are up by 4.37%. It's nice to see that we are now in the green and we are not down on the 1-day or 7-day chart. So improvement and small improvement, that is what we like to see. Over here, you'll see on the 6th of February, we were trading at 50 cents at 0.5056. I mean, the day before, if we also have a look as well, we were trading at that 50-cent mark. And then on the 4th at 0.5073. So we're making a nice climb up over here. Now on the 1-month chart, we are down by 8.54%. But still, despite being down, we are making somewhat of an improvement. So from here, we are basically have a 1.5 cent move upwards to the 53-cent price target, which is what I'm currently looking for XRP coin. But I definitely want to see a bit more support at this 51 to 52 cent level, because before we were bouncing back from 50 to 51 cents. So let's see if we can first get there. Now let's have a look at the price action for XLM coin for today. We're currently at 11 cents exactly. On the 1 day, we are up by 2%, and on the 1 week, we are up by 0.8%. Again, XLM coin hasn't been doing too bad. It is pretty strong actually at that 11-cent mark. I mean, on the 7th of February, we were just below it at 0.107. You'll see over here on the 3rd of February, we were at 11 cents again. On the 1 month chart, we are down by 8.1%. I mean, on the 12th of January, we did have that nice 12-cent mark. We've not actually been able to hit 12 cents now for quite some time, but still, I want to see it get back up to the mid-range over here. Let's see if we can do that in the next week. Guys, if you want daily Ripple, XRP, and Stellar XLM coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.